All right, welcome to the Let It Fly show. I am Michael Severe, joined by three-time state champ at Omaha Central and Creighton Blue Jay, Josh Jones, who is back
man.
Together on the show, because you did the one show when I was going off to do Big Red Wrap-Up, and I did the other show. Yeah, exactly. So you're back. We are, of course.
I had a baby. I had a daughter.
We're going to get to that, because I want to the initial phonetic spelling you guys gave us on Facebook was way too confusing. There was way too many letters in there. My wife were going, how do you say this? How do you say this? But we're, of course, live inside Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District. Is upscale viewing and eating and dining experience, as always, and brought to us by presenting sponsor Bud Light. Whether you're hanging out here at the bar or you're watching basketball someplace, Bud Light brings you easy drinking and easy buckets throughout the state of Nebraska. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. How is the baby doing?
Baby's good, man.
Yeah.
Look just like my wife, 3 weeks old now.
Is it Gia?
Jaya.
Jaya.
Long I.
Yeah, because you threw an H in there at one point. I was like, I'm not sure about that H.
That was a typo.
Okay. You had us for like 20 minutes going, how do you do this?
That was a typo.
Okay,
no,
all right.
So her name is Jaya.
Jaya.
Jaya is a nickname named after my wife's great-great-grandma. So my wife's dad was raised by his grandma, you know, and her name was Julia, but they used to call her Jaya in the east side of Detroit for short.
Okay.
And so it's just really homage to her. My mom's middle name is Desiree, so it's Jaya Desiree Jones.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
And it's a long I.
Jaya.
The H was
I got it now.
Was a typo.
I got it now, because that H got me.
Yeah.
How's Big Brother dealing with no longer being an only child?
He ain't tripping.
He's cool?
Like, my son already want to be in everybody's business.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he's just like me.
Yeah.
You know, he talk a lot. He energetic.
Yeah.
He prayed for the baby, to be honest. So, like, he has stepped up to his responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, unbiasedly, he's a really great big brother.
He's a big brother.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, no, it's good. Household is good.
Yeah.
It's weird how before she was born, though, I thought we was complete, but I didn't recognize how incomplete we were until we got a fourth person.
Yeah.
So, it's good, man. We happy.
You still got man-to-man going, so it's good.
Yeah.
When you got to get the zone, that's too many kids.
I will say this, though.
Yeah.
I have put more work into my son on, like, father-son time.
Yeah.
Taking him to games and stuff like that.
Yep.
He went to the UConn game. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, sure.
But it's good, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. You know, when you get to go, and so you'll have two, and they'll both be obviously getting older.
Yeah.
When you can separate them occasionally and take one to something where you can spend a little extra time, you notice, because many times you'll be going as a family places.
Right.
You'll notice that they kind of appreciate that. We just did it. We did it last Saturday. My kid had a band thing, and so in between we went to a restaurant and we just hung out. We were together for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Which isn't normal because we're always all together.
No doubt. Yeah.
And so they kind of appreciate it. You'll notice that when
Respect.
you get older, whether it's the girl going to places or the boy going to places. So definitely.
Yep.
So many great things happening. Let It Fly. I talk about it every week. One of the best things about it, though, of course, is the food. And this week's dish is one of the pizzas. It is the Veggie Supreme Pizza being brought in. What's your name? By Alex.
Appreciate you, bro.
Veggie Supreme Pizza. It is mushrooms, onions, and peppers. See the peppers cut up here. You see the mushrooms. They got red and green peppers on here.
Looks amazing.
I don't eat meat for Lent. So I give up meat.
Okay.
For Lent. And so
for sure.
it's one reason why.
Oh, man.
Look at that cheese pull.
Look.
Oh, look at that cheese pull. That should be on TikTok someplace.
Yeah.
And so I eat a lot of veggies during this time of year.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, why don't we get the veggie pizza?
For sure.
So I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
It's crunchy.
It's good. I can't eat greens like that because I got a mechanical heart valve.
Right.
But I could box some and take it to the crib.
And give it to somebody else, right. No, that's very good. We had last week, because this always drops on Friday, it was the first Friday for Lent, and so we did the fish and chips.
Okay.
And you know, fish fries all over the city of Omaha, and so we did fish and chips, and it was really good.
Man.
Veggie Supreme Pizza, mushrooms, onions, peppers. You can also get gluten-free crust.
Yeah.
If you're like my wife.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who on a gluten-free type diet. I feel that. Yeah. So.
You know what I should have gotten?
What's that?
Napkins. But again, so many cool things happening this week.
Dude, it's funny.
The biggest thing was Tuesday night. It was rocking in here.
Yeah.
Because Creighton's playing UConn. People go to the game, sure, but not everybody's got tickets.
Right.
They hang out here because they're around.
On my way there, it was people outside. Like,
I know.
Man.
It's the best. I mean, whether it is a Nebraska game being played, football season, or Nebraska volleyball, it's great in here.
Right.
So you had that. By the way, Creighton's win over UConn 709,000 viewers on Tuesday. That was the most watched Big East men's basketball game ever. On FS1. 709,000.
Wow.
That's the most ever. I'll give you an example. When Nebraska played that volleyball game in Memorial Stadium, that was 508.
Dang.
Watching on BTN.
Wow.
This is 709 on FS1.
It was that good of a game.
It was a good game. Yeah, it was.
Even though, this is the thing, from my perspective, especially being in there live, even though like Creighton beat them handedly, the energy behind the game, and the way UConn has been dominating people, it almost was like, you know, it's a good example. Bud versus Spence.
Yeah.
Even though it was one-sided, the energy behind that game, man, it's almost like it was a tie game the whole game. Yeah, and we'll break that game down a little more in a second. Let me get to. For sure.
Then you had Wednesday night was the Omaha Supernovas had a watch party here.
That was
So we're doing that every week, whether they're on the road or at home. We're doing the watch parties.
Also, the NBA All-Star game, man.
On Sunday.
It's so lame now, bro. Like,
They scored. One team scored 200 points.
They scored 400 points.
The total was 379 for betting.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a lot. And like over.
And the thing is, I look at the TV and I'm like,
I
try to like find all these excuses of, all right, they ain't playing this hard.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like it's not competitive at all. Dunk contests was worse than the game.
I like Saturday night. So you watch the 3-point contest, and then you have Steph against the WNBA player.
But that dunk contest is lame,
and then you have the dunk contest. Like I like Mac McClung. He did some good things. I would rather watch that though than watch the game. It used to be the opposite.
Oh no, you're right.
I used to love watching the All-Star game. Now I watch Saturday night. I won't even watch the game.
I can get with you on that.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel like
I didn't watch any of the game this year.
Like, and this is a narrative that's out there, but I also agree. I blame LeBron James.
Oh, but now playing the dunk contest? No, we've had some great dunk contests, though.
Kobe,
we've had some great.
Dr. J. Michael Jordan. Dominique Wilkins. Vince Carter. You want me to keep naming superstars?
A lot of them, yeah.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Like,
he's an in-game dunker, but I don't think he would be creative enough to be in the dunk contest.
That's cool, but you got to get in.
You got to be really creative to win that thing.
Yeah.
I just don't see that. But, I mean, that's up to him, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
He's done everything he can for the league, and he's helped the league,
I will
obviously.
say this, too, though.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's skip LeBron. And I ain't hating.
Right.
The dunkers that were in it.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
Yeah.
They were doing basic dunks.
Yeah.
Basic-ass dunks. Like,
Although one of the best dunks in the whole time was the one where Matt McClung let go of the ball, then caught it again, and they gave him like a 47.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Which is ridiculous.
Like, Dominique was up, like, he needs some new glasses. I don't know what he was watching.
That was not good.
The whole panel, I don't know what.
Yeah.
It's just
you got to wait for the replay now.
Yeah.
You got to wait for the replay and see. Like, I remember a couple years ago, the dude kissed the backboard, but you really couldn't see him kiss the backboard.
Yeah.
Then on a replay, you're like, oh, he kissed the backboard. You got to wait for the replay.
This is what I think.
Yeah.
I think that we get on YouTube a lot and we watch these best dunkers in the world.
Those guys are incredible.
I mean, these NBA players is rich.
Thing is, though, which one, in terms of how many they've done, is the one you see them make? Because remember, it's on YouTube. They can edit that. So was that the 5th time he's done it? Was that the 7th time he done it before he got it right?
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
But I feel
you got a limited amount of time in the dunk contest.
True. Mm-hmm. But their third-tier dunk packages are better than the first tier.
I saw one the other day where the guy's dribbling next to him, throws it up. He lets the ball roll down his hand, off his shoulder to this side, and then he dunks it.
I seen that.
It was like you had to watch it in slow motion because you couldn't see what happened. Yeah. That was incredible.
All I'm trying to say is I like All-Star Weekend. They need to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
They need to put some they need
incentives.
No incentives
for the game.
I mean, because Giannis making 200 M's.
Yeah.
They need somebody who's an advocate.
No, the incentive can be something about like home court advantage. It could be.
No, that's a good idea.
I mean, you can put it in the wins and losses if you want.
Something got to give. Yeah. The Elam ending is cool.
Yeah.
But I just kind of feel like it got to be some type of something to make these guys play.
Yeah, and make them want to. You got to win. So in the fourth quarter, like Kobe, that famous video was going around. When it got to the fourth quarter,
right?
Chris Paul was like, "We playing."
Right.
Kobe's like, we playing. Remember he matched up with Michael that one time, and they were like, let's go.
I read something that Kim Jong-un,
yeah,
he has modified basketball to a point. You can look this up. To where when it gets to like fourth quarter or something like that, certain points are worth 8.
Oh, okay.
Like
He's being creative.
Yeah. And the thing is, it like made the game. You can do that with All-Star Weekend.
Sure, you can, definitely.
Because the Pro Bowl is boring.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, they don't have a Pro Bowl anymore. All they have is skills competition and flag football.
But what's really skills competition for the NBA if they just Anthony Edwards shot threes with his left hand, bro? I'm like, come on, man.
And you know what? Halliburton, I had him picked to win the 3-point contest. But if you look at what he did that whole the skills thing before that.
No doubt.
So I think he was tired by the time he got around to doing both of them. He shouldn't do both of them.
I ain't trying to rant.
That's cool. A lot of people feel that way. Coming up this weekend, on Saturday, the Creighton women play against Villanova at 11 a.m.
Tight.
And then Sunday is loaded. You've got Creighton against St. John's at 11 a.m. You got the Supernovas and the Orlando Valkyries. That's at 2. And the Nebraska men play at home against Minnesota at 5:30. So it is loaded.
Let's talk about this UConn game real quick.
I got the headlines. That'll be the first one.
Yep.
Headlines, number 1, Creighton knocking off UConn, number 1 team. First time Creighton's ever done that against an AP number 1 team. Coaches poll, they did it against Villanova once before, but first time with the AP. Mm-hmm. What was the biggest reason?
I'm about to tell you.
You think? Yeah.
Home court advantage.
Home court, just being in that building.
Being in that building, there was no chance of losing at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to be 100 with you. On a neutral site, I don't know who wins or if they win that game.
Probably going to see that in New York.
UConn is like that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep it real.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are like that. And
they mess with the coach afterwards.
Yeah, but I like that though. He here for it.
Yeah.
That's why I like that.
Yeah.
I like the rivalry that has became between Creighton and UConn.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it the best conference in America. But the home court advantage had the players hoop. Don't get me wrong, but they fed off the energy of being home.
Yeah.
My takeaway from UConn is. Creighton just had their number that night.
Yeah.
But
definitely. And they've had it, right? 5 in a row at home. They've beaten them.
But they both, it's like, all right, it's legit 1-1.
Yeah.
UConn smacked Creighton.
That's
Creighton
right.
smacked UConn.
Right.
Now we going to see.
Yeah.
Creighton is good enough, too.
What I kind of liked about the
Creighton
game,
is good enough.
and this is what we've been talking about, the big 3, right? We're talking about Kalk, and you talk about Alexander, and you talked about Baylor.
Your boy is stepping up.
Now Ashworth makes a big 4.
Yeah.
And they actually went, if you watch it, Kalk scored like 8 quick points. Then Ashworth scored like 12 quick points.
Right.
Then at the end of the game, you had Alexander get a couple good defensive plays. And then Baylor hit some shots.
Yeah.
Baylor had I think 6 or 7
really
going into the last,
yeah.
and then he ended up with 18. So he got hot too.
Now this is the thing. This is something I would like to see next time they play.
Yeah.
Kalkbrenner is a better one-on-one in the post player than what they call him, Clean Kong.
Clean Kong, yeah.
That's the thing?
Yeah.
Or that was
That's
just
his nickname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that Creighton should go to Kalkbrenner some in the next time they play neutrally.
Yeah.
Why? Is because I feel like you set the tone early, you get him back in foul trouble, a whole different ball game.
Yeah, and that's what he did. He was in foul trouble.
Nobody else that can guard him.
He was in foul trouble so early. Thompson is the next center. He's athletic, but he's not as big.
Exactly.
So he can't do what
and that's all I'm trying to say.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
I agree. And then, so the bench is interesting the way it's developed. And we're going to talk to Jasen.
We're
talking about Creighton's.
Word.
So Jasen Green, we're going to talk to him on this show. He's going to be our guest.
Yeah.
You had a situation where it was battle for the 4 spot in training camp. And it was Jasen Green, it was Isaac Trout, and it was Mason Miller.
Yep.
Mason Miller wins it kind of by default because Isaac was still getting in the offense and Jasen was hurt.
Yeah, but also I think Mason overall is he's that starter piece.
Maybe. I really believe if Jasen doesn't get hurt, based on what Coach Mack said to us, he had a really good shot. Because my theory is always, if you got a shooter, I'd rather bring him off the bench.
Yeah,
I'd rather Mason come off the bench, stroke it. That's what Farabello is now.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I was a 6 man.
Right.
And
I believe in a 6 man.
It's all about how you finish the game. And I feel like Mason, he rebounds well. If he hitting, you can keep him in there. But Jasen Green is finishing that game.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Because he's going to rebound, he's going to play defense for you.
I think he could start, but I just think that Mason has a little bit more intangible type things to take away that put him in. It's so Jahan started over me because he was a great team defender. He was a better catch and shoot guy initially, and he fed off that energy. My role was to come in and be the best on ball defender, make them spread the floors and hit open threes when they were there. And so I say that in the sense of Jasen, I just kind of feel like the way he rebounds, the way he play is so consistent as a garbage cleanup man.
Right.
It's Mason if Mason don't hit threes, it's now you know you can rely on Jasen. That's just my take.
No, I agree. I agree with you. And then so the bench is shorter now, which is we expect that from Mac as we've seen.
Mac tried to stretch that bench out there about here.
Yeah. I mean,
game by game.
For a while, Frederick King was playing some. Obviously, Isaac Trout was. Why do you take off? So if you got Kalk playing the way he's playing, why you take him out?
True, but then all right, but when we do take him out, we ain't putting your ass in.
I know.
So why are they putting somebody else in? Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
Ever since the Providence game, Jasen Green, every time he comes in, does something.
Every time.
As soon as he walks in, he does something. So that's a big reason.
And the thing is, if I'm Fred King, I'm looking at like, dang, like this dude like does his job. Yeah. And I almost feel like Freddie is the same. Imagine like, let's say we keep Jasen where he's at, and Fred keeps the same energy that Jasen has had this whole time, staying ready no matter what. Jasen plays bad. Jasen don't hit no shots. Yeah. Freddie come in with that same energy. He gonna play a lot too.
Yeah. Well, next year when the new coaching staff is here and everything,
Yeah.
So St. John's Sunday game, as we mentioned, in the morning.
That's gonna be fun.
You have to be able to come off of a big win.
Right.
By the way, UConn didn't do that. Huge win over Marquette. Didn't come out with the same thing.
Sure.
That's what Creighton has to do. That's the challenge.
Yeah.
By the way, St. John's has been told off by their coach.
Yep.
They blew an 18-point lead to Seton Hall.
Yeah.
They almost lost to Georgetown.
Right.
They're going to be ready to play.
Patino
They'll be ready
is
to
one
play.
of them coaches. It reminded me of when I played for Coach Altman. I hate to do bad. I would hate to not do my job because he going to give it to you in a way. You know how like that parent where it's like, damn, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
That's Patino energy.
I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah. And like the first time they played Creighton tough, I just kind of feel like the energy of that game was more so off of like, you know what, we got something to prove. We know who y'all are. We swinging away. But it ain't like we ain't got nothing to lose. We trying to prove ourselves. Yep. I think the seasons got long, and with the 11 new guys that they got, I feel like there's a lot of hiccups within that. Yeah. But this game right here,
and they're like 15 and 14, so every game is.
Watch them be ready.
Yeah, I think they'll be ready.
Watch them be ready.
Number 2 headline: Nebraska gets their first road win in the Big Ten.
That was cool too.
They beat up Indiana. Now. They messed around.
Yeah.
They had a big lead.
Yeah.
And then at halftime, they come out, make a big shot. Yeah. They've got this over 20-point lead. Next thing you know, less than 9 minutes later, they're shooting to tie the game.
Right.
They missed the shot.
Yeah.
And then Nebraska gets going again.
What's your perspective on why you think they came back?
I think sloppiness.
Yeah.
You know how it is. You're hitting all those threes in the first half, and you get out of your offense, and all of a sudden you're 3 happy, and you're not making them.
Yeah.
And when you miss a 3, long rebound, they're going back the other way. They just kept giving Indiana a chance. Indiana was at home,
But it seemed like
I wish they'd have gotten the ball more inside.
But don't you feel
they didn't use Brink Mask at all. He had 2 points.
I know. I just kind of feel like Nebraska had control no matter what, though. I never
even when it was 3.
I never felt like Indiana.
And they were shooting a tie.
No, I just felt like Indiana never really controlled the game. I just felt like Nebraska was point shaving with their energy.
Yeah, that 9-minute stretch for Indiana. So you got Juwan Gary, Bryce Williams, and Casey Tominaga. 20 of 37 in that game. 20 of 37 for 53 points.
Yeah, I remember he was going back smiling.
He was having a good one. But then in the second half, they weren't making them. So now they're sitting at 19-8, 9-7 in conference play. That locked them in, by the way, the tournament. That locked them in.
I'm happy for that.
That locked them in. They're getting in the tournament.
I just kind of feel like Nebraska, they're forwards. They're 4 and they're 5.
Yeah.
Just kind of undersized. And I feel like that's always going to be the kryptonite when it counts the most.
Gary is, but he's so strong that he makes plays at times, even though he's not as big. And Rick Mass is going to get cold like that sometimes. They didn't need him last night, but we'll see. Or didn't need him on Wednesday night.
I'm happy for Nebraska, for sure.
They got Minnesota coming up, kind of a revenge spot. All the way back to December. Nebraska had a big lead. They lost it against Minnesota, lost the game, and so that's a big one. And then the last one.
What's Nebraska's record?
19-8.
Ooh, that's
19-8.
That's pretty.
They haven't had more than since Fred's been there, the most wins they've had was 21. They've had 19 now 3 times since, I think, going all the way back to like 2010. So this is big for them.
Yep.
The last headline, Britt Prince. Okay. So have a chance now at Elkhorn North to win 4 state championships.
Koya Gal.
I'm sitting there with Stu Pospisil, the historian of Nebraska high school sports.
I know, man.
And he says to me, he goes, Britt Prince is the best girls high school basketball player
ever
in the history of the state of Nebraska.
Now, for him to say that, it's kind of like you can't really argue that.
Well, we argued a little bit.
No, the reason why I say that is because I bet the person you argued is like old school and like right there with her.
Well, so Jordan Hooper,
exactly,
right, which she put up, playing at 2 different schools, winning, I think, 3 state championships, and scoring a ton of points.
Right.
But then you have the old school ones. Martise Ivey.
Look what you naming.
You look how good she was.
Yeah,
you know how good she was.
She was different.
So here you go. So you have right now.
But what is he basing it off of, though?
He's basing it on she's the number 1 scorer now in B
LeBron
ever.
James.
4 state championships, which is going to be incredible if they get that.
That's just team.
And she is complete, right? So she scored 42 the other night. Mm-hmm. She can shoot the 3. She can handle. Mm-hmm. Very talented. My question is,
some numbers,
when you go back, so here you go. So she now is the number 1 scorer in B. She's going to be up there near. Now, she won't be the best scorer ever in the state because Darcy Strachey, who went to Chambers, which is a D school, had 2,752 points, which is ridiculous.
Right.
She has 400 more points than the next highest, Casey Cowgill. But then you start getting the girls we know.
No three-point line.
No three-point line, yeah. So we got this. That was 2,000. And just 2 years ago, Taylor McCabe, she's 3rd. Over at Fremont. Very good basketball player. Allison Wider, who we know her. She's at Nebraska from Humphrey St. Francis. You got Jess Shepard.
Yeah.
Great career.
She was a hooper.
Yep, she was as well.
What's her career point?
22-27.
But this is my thing.
That was only 2015. Yeah.
I respect, like, when it come from him, I want to know where he coming from.
Yeah. Well, he looks at everything. But we know how good she was. Yeah. And I think she only played 3 years.
Yes.
3 years.
And also,
didn't play as a freshman.
I mean, just from conversations that I've had and film that I've watched.
Right.
That's a big statement.
And then Shatrice White is the other one. Right? We know how good Shatrice was. He said ever. Yeah.
I'm going to ask him why.
You know how many losses she has been a part of?
5.
5 losses.
I know that.
That's just nuts. 5 career losses. And
that matters too.
It does. Winning matters. 4 championships is huge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I bet you out of all those people, they probably were more athletic than her, more a lot. But
I know Jordan won. I think she won 3.
Yeah, but you can win 3.
Yeah.
But did you lose 5?
Right. No, I meant in terms of.
No, I'm talking about
I'm championship. I think she won 3 championships. But I don't know how many games she lost.
Out of all the people we named, if Stu is going based off of her impact, her performance in the game she's lost, she can be the GOAT.
Yeah.
The GWOAT.
Yeah.
I apologize.
The GWOAT. Exactly. Yeah.
Greatest woman of all time.
We'll see what ends up happening with that.
That's what's up, man.
And where she's going to school as well.
Congratulations on that. Come on, Stu. Where am I at? Where am I? No, I'm playing.
Coming up, our guest this week, Jasen Green, Jasen.
Yeah, put some respect on that now after that 3-pointer.
Millard North, 2 of them. Millard North state champion, of course, forward now for Creighton. Well, he'll be joined with us next.
On a Sunday. Gotta go. I forgot the sausage. You guys ready to eat?
All right, welcome back to the Let It Fly Show. We are joined by 2-time state champ, current forward for Creighton University, and 3-point sharpshooter, Jasen Green. What's happening, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
It's a new part of his title. You go 2 for 3, man. You're a sharpshooter.
Look, I think you always had it. I just kind of feel like if I play for Coach Mack too, you come in him wanting you to like do what he wants you to do, then you get him to trust you, then you be yourself.
Right, yeah, that's what it is. That's really all it is, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember going when you guys were in camp and watching practice, and you were playing well before you got hurt.
Yeah.
You were going to get minutes early, right?
Yeah. Sure. I was mad. I was really mad when that happened. But I mean, I knew what I had to do to like get back to where I was at. But I mean, it just took some time. But I mean, I feel like I'm a lot better than where I was at before I broke my hand. So
nice.
Because you've been getting the reps and practice and stuff like that.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
I got a question, bro. I was at the game.
Mm-hmm.
You won state twice. You've been in some big games. Being a part of this team. Mm-hmm. Talk about your before your contribution. What was it like? Just the whole experience of being a part of that accomplishment.
I mean, you talking about just the game?
Just the game. Yeah.
It was. I mean, just being a part of that is just something like unexplainable. I mean, I grew up here. I mean, it was crazy to have like all my family, all my friends that are watching and stuff like that. But I mean, we made history the other day, and it's like really as simple as that. Like, it's never been done before in Creighton history, and I mean, just to be a part of that and a part of the team was just indescribable feeling, man.
Yeah, let's go back to after you got hurt and you were dealing with that. We talk a lot about this, the mental aspect of the game when you're not playing. How did you handle that? Who helped you with that? How did you get through it?
So, I mean, I was probably down in the dumps like quite a bit after I broke my hand because I knew it would take me a while to get back to where I was, you know. So the main people that helped me the most, I would say, are my parents, because they always got my back. They're always right by my side, and like I think they're the ones that coached me through it the most. And I mean, I knew whenever I needed to talk to somebody, they were always going to be there, and I know they're always going to be there in the future as well. So I just really got to thank them for that. They kept me up through the whole thing.
Nice.
Fred King. Also, keep it real, Isaac Trout too. I mean, you've came back, you've played your role, you've kind of like gradually grown your minutes or whatever.
You passed them up.
Yeah, how like you're competitors, but them your boys, them your teammates too. How are they supporting you and embracing you as you get in your time right now to shine?
Right. I mean, we've all been in the position before. I mean, Isaac last year was redshirting, and then Fred last year he didn't play too much because Kalk was playing over him, and same thing this year. But I mean, like, we always support each other no matter what it is, and they've always got my back. I've always got their backs. I mean, it's really just that simple. Like, if one person's doing well, everybody's going like tell them they're doing a good job, and you know, it's really nothing like too crazy to it. But I mean, they always gonna have my back. I'm gonna have their backs. So,
do you feel like? I'm sorry.
No, you're all right.
Do you feel like like you young in this process? I mean, you've been around. You redshirted.
Right.
You were about to play. You hurt your hand. You coming back and playing. Do you feel like you up to par with the rest of the team? Like the Baylors, the Trays.
Right,
like, how do you like? What's your confidence in this circumstance?
So right at the beginning when I first started playing, I obviously was pretty timid with everything because I didn't have no experience at the time. But I mean, just even over these past 3, 4, 5 games, I've already got so much more confident in everything that I'm doing, and I feel like I'm understanding the offense, the defense, everything that, like the things that really matter the most, the things that will get me on the court. I feel like I've got them all down. So I mean, I'm pretty much where I want to be at as of right now, and I'm only going to get better from here.
Creighton forward, Jasen Green joining us here on Let It Fly show. How old were you when first time you played team basketball? You were on a little team.
I think I would have been 6 years old.
Okay. So from 6 to basically 18, you're playing all the time.
Yeah.
What's redshirting like?
Redshirting, I mean, obviously it was difficult because, like you just said, I was playing all the time, like summer, you know, like fall seasons. We used to have little leagues, even like 3rd, 4th grade. So I mean, it was really different for me not being able to get out on the court and do my thing. But I mean, I think it was the most important thing that I've done since I've gotten here, because I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't quick enough. And
which is crazy because you were strong coming in.
Yeah, I thought I was strong, and then I got here. I was like, man,
college strong.
different level, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It is, but I mean, I stayed in the gym with our strength coach. I stayed in the gym with our trainers, and I just worked on my body a lot. And then I feel like where I'm at right now is a really good position. And like I said earlier, it's only up from here.
So you played the 5 at Miller North.
It was like I think my freshman through my sophomore, junior year, I was more of like a kind of a post player, but still like I was probably like a stretch 5. But my senior year, I was everything, whatever I needed to play.
What do you consider yourself now? Like not Coach Mack.
Right.
Like what? Like who is Jasen Green by identity?
I think right now I think I would be a power forward because just of my build and
Stretch 4.
I can say
hitting them threes. Stretch 4. Yeah.
Stretch 4.
And before you even finish that, like, and Michael was funny. Like he just gassing you about the threes.
I'm serious.
But like, don't let fans be shocked that you hitting threes.
I know. Yeah. I mean,
like keep shooting them things.
Right, 36% in high school.
Yeah.
That
means you got them up, or at least enough to. So to speak to that, it's kind of like. Do you like? I know it'll be different if Coach was here, but is it like a one step at a time? You see yourself trying to be more of a 3, but you can guard a 4. Like where the handle come in at?
I mean, I'm still working on the handle. Like at this level, the defenders are obviously like a lot better than what I'm used to. So I'm still getting that up there. But I mean, throughout high school, I would always handle the ball, stuff like that. So I mean, I just gotta take it up another level. And I feel like I just gotta get it up there. You know what I'm saying?
Was there a moment this season, and I think I know what it was, but there was a moment this season where you're like, okay, it's my time now. Maybe it was an offensive rebound that you made in a big spot, but what was that moment?
It was definitely in the Providence game. I think,
He know exactly.
It was those 2 rebounds I got before half when we were playing against Providence. That's probably where like spotlight on me was like really shining, because I didn't have too many minutes before that, and to get in the game and be able to do that, especially at a pivotal moment of the game, like right before half, was a pretty big deal for me.
So let's go back to that 3 that he talking about. And like I said, I was in because I'll be doing the MC and the hosting and stuff, timeouts. So we was about to do a segment where we was going to do a T-shirt toss with the gun blaster shooting the shirt. And this fool was in a corner, and my mindset was like, "Oh, Mac about to pull him," But I say that jokingly because I was in your shoes before, taking so-called ill-advised shots or shots that just not are standardly by us, But like, did Coach Mac have that confidence there, or were you just in a moment in the game when you took it?
I mean, I think he has the confidence in me. I mean, that shot just felt so natural to me. I mean, I didn't think twice about shooting it, because that's what I did all throughout my high school career. That's what I do during practice. I mean, I think it translates to the game because I work on those shots all the time. Like, just did before I came here during practice, we was working on those shots. So, just everything translates.
That's so good.
Jasen Green joining us here on Let It Fly show. When you set the record for most rebounds at Middle North, did they stop the game?
They didn't stop.
Now let me explain. If you hadn't went to Central, they would have stopped the game. They would have got a carpet.
Did you know? Did you know when you got that rebound? You know how many you needed for the game?
I didn't know which rebound it was.
So after the game, they said you have the new record.
Yeah, basically after the game.
And what's the record?
I couldn't tell you.
You just know you got the record.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's got to be a lot. I mean, I average like maybe eight
for sure.
Throughout.
What's up with your boys? Like, I've been seeing Hunter in the headlines a lot. Saint hooping, Jaden. Who's the buddy that went to Stanford?
Max Murrow.
Y'all talk?
I talked to him a little bit. Yeah, we ain't as connected as we used to be, but I mean, like, we'll still give each other props whenever.
For sure. Like everybody watching.
Right. Yeah. Everybody watch each other.
Yeah.
733.
Man.
733. That's playing a lot, but that's getting a lot of rebounds too. It's got to be nice though. There's a lot of people doubting Hunter before this, right?
Yeah.
What he was doing before.
That's how I look at you. Give him a shot.
Right.
And then now, he's on SportsCenter. You see people, he's all over the place, having great games. That's got to feel cool to see him.
It is. Yeah, it feels really cool because, I mean, I grew up with that dude. Like, all 4 years of high school, we was on the same team. I mean, I watched him grow from being an average player to just being the best player in the state. And then beyond that, I mean, he's going crazy at Wake Forest right now. So it's just crazy to see.
He kind of, and I'm saying this, like, respectfully, like, his game is like Trey to me, but it seemed like he got a little taller, he's still growing to me.
He's explosive.
He's big, and he's really athletic, so it just adds on to his game.
For sure. So, I mean, last year, Kaluma, Nimhard, shorter bench, all of that, new team, Ashworth, Trout, Mason is starting. He didn't start last year, right?
No,
exactly. So it's a different vibe. Is there a piece of it that's like kind of the same energy as far as like expectation? Are y'all? We're getting closer to March. Are y'all trying to get back to that game, or what's the where we at?
I think I know what you're saying. So I mean, I feel like the biggest thing for us throughout the whole season has just been our defensive capability, because we're good on offense. We can shoot lights out. We can do all that stuff.
Sure.
But for like this team, it has been being as good as we could possibly be on defense. And recently we've been getting like right to where we need to be at. And then like by the end of the regular season of Big East play, we're gonna be right where we need to be at.
Jasen,
that makes sense.
Jasen Green with the EN, which is unique.
Yeah. You have to correct people?
Yeah, all the time.
Hey, look, as a guy with an apostrophe in his name, bro, I understand.
Once you go lottery, bro, you ain't got to.
Then everybody will know. Everybody will know. I want to go back to your junior year championship game. You guys going to overtime, right? And I mean, I knew who you were, and I knew you could score a little bit. You just took over the beginning of that overtime. Did you feel it? Did you know that? Was there a conversation in the lock? I mean, in the huddle before the? What was that? You just came out.
It wasn't anything we talked about. I mean, I just hoop, man. Like, I mean,
you just do what you do.
I just do what I do, man. It's like, it's just sometimes like something takes over, and I mean, real hoopers know what I'm talking about. It's just like you just get into a zone, like you just feel like you can't be stopped, and I feel like that's what happened during that time.
What was that rivalry like against them?
Oh, against Bell West.
Yeah.
Like no other. I mean, we saw them 3 times in a row in
Yeah.
the state
Dang.
championship. And
It's crazy.
Yeah, we lost the first one, won the second one, won the third one. So, I mean,
I
I
should
ended
have
up
had
on
3,
a good
bro.
note. I know.
I'm gonna be honest.
Should have won the first one.
Well, you had a big lead in the first one.
Yeah, we were.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
turnovers.
besides that, though, the play of the game, like it's almost like Hunt and Saint was looking like, you shoot. No, you shoot.
Yeah, who's going to bring the ball to court?
Yeah, right.
Like that.
That's why y'all lost.
And Chucky defensively,
Yeah, nah, he's really
he'll take
good.
it from you, and he was having.
He ain't taking it from Hunt. I'm sorry.
He that game he did.
Yeah, that game.
he
Yeah,
did.
no doubt.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
all respect to all that, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
on TV. I was just like, like
Yeah.
who going? You know,
Yeah.
it was a good time, fun, man.
Who's the biggest rival now for you guys at Creighton? Obviously,
Gotta
there.
be UConn.
You know, there's
It might
there's the
be.
in-state thing. There's the UConn thing. You guys have really owned them for the most part.
Right, at home.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
who do you think it is?
I would say it's either UConn or Marquette because we got Marquette.
They
coming
still
up and
nice like that.
They are.
Yeah.
They got
I'm
us.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
So.
the Big East is like. I said this in the beginning to you. It's like we almost need like it's like watching 50 Cent Power. It's drama in the Big East. Best teams can lose by 20.
Right.
Sure.
Worst teams can win by 8. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
It
why
is.
I'm like, that was dope that y'all won that game. It was beautiful to be a part of.
Right.
But it's like,
That-
it
that
got to
can
move
happen.
on.
Right, yeah. Because we got more big.
You
big
got to
games
go
coming
to
up,
St.
too.
John's, coming off of that
Which was
emotional
crazy. They
win.
almost beat you.
I know.
Right, and you got to go there, and it's going to be early in the morning. Well, it's noon there on East Coast,
But
11
that's
o'clock
still
our time.
that early 11
yeah,
o'clock
still, you got
games.
to
That's
bring
still
your own
different.
energy probably because
Right,
they've been
yeah.
playing well.
Yeah.
And then you got to roll around and play Seton Hall.
Yeah.
And then Marquette right after that
Yeah.
one. And then
Yeah.
it's going to be a tough last few games, but we're going to get
I
it
got
done.
one more for you.
Yeah.
You're in this situation and you've earned yourself into a role to help our team win. What do you do as a player to keep yourself on the floor and to make sure, like, what do you consider your role? Like, to the people out there, when they look at, like, you got to put Jasen Green in. Why?
Okay, so what I think my biggest role is when I'm out there is to just do every little thing that I can. And I think the biggest thing out of all those things would probably be rebounding because I feel like that's where I can shine the most, and that's what kind of got me out on the floor in the first place.
Sure.
But, like, it's all the other things, like, you know, I went for a rebound on the offensive end. I fell down, but I got up and I managed to get a block on the on Caravan, running back the other way. It's like just
That
little
saved the
stuff like
game.
that.
It was big.
Hey,
I did a little
I'm going to
run.
keep it real.
was big.
It was over for y'all
Yeah, it
if you
was
didn't
big.
block that shot.
Start coming back,
Because Ashworth, it wasn't ill-advised. It was in rhythm. It could have been a little early, but he was feeling it.
I know,
He
yeah.
missed it. They got it, and you came out of nowhere like, bah.
I know I needed to get there. So we had a little
You know what I'm talking about, right?
miscommunication.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
got
So
you.
the dichotomy of a young person, you believe that Jordan is the GOAT, but your sports hero is LeBron.
Probably
That's
Kobe Bryant.
that's what it says in here.
Yeah,
that's what it
yeah.
says on the website.
Yeah,
It says
I
your
would
sports
say-
hero is LeBron, but you believe Jordan is the
I
GOAT.
do believe Jordan is the best basketball player
ever.
ever.
Okay.
I do think he is.
That's
yeah.
facts.
But LeBron is also probably right up there
Yeah.
with him. I mean, a little bit.
Because you can see your self-inspiration in that.
Yeah,
But
I
you
can.
also know from a realization standpoint of the why people consider Michael Jordan
right,
the greatest of all
'cause
time.
He was just head and shoulders above everybody
Did
else.
you watch The Last Dance?
Oh, yeah, I did.
So was there a point during The Last Dance where you said to yourself,
Okay, here to go.
you're like, damn.
I mean, when he hit that shot over Malone, it's got to be that.
Yeah.
When he crossed him up at the free throw line, he held his follow through like 3 seconds after the ball went in. I think that just sealed the deal for me.
I mean, I can't.
That should have been his walk-off.
Like,
Shit.
I feel like isn't Michael Jordan like one of the only players to win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year,
Yeah.
and Finals MVP,
And he was also
championship
scoring leader
in the same year, multiple times.
Yep.
And he got the highest average ever.
Yeah, and remember this.
That's why.
So he played in 6 finals, won all 6,
Won all of them.
never went to Game 7.
Hey, played
Ain't nobody
three
else
played
doing that.
3 years, took 2 years off, came back and won 3.
And won 3 more.
You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
You a
I know,
hooper.
yeah, who else is doing that?
It's just nuts, man.
Yeah.
When did you start playing piano, and how good are you?
Oh, you play piano?
Let me see your
Yeah.
fingers. Let me see your fingers.
I got some
Oh, you had long fingers. Yeah, okay,
got
yeah.
long fingers,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've been playing piano since kindergarten.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom got me into it, and I just took lessons with one of her friends, and then I played all the way throughout high school. I think I stopped my junior year, so I mean, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, when you get a chance, go to YouTube and type in Jamie Foxx, Only One Night.
Only one night.
Man, he take the song Brady Bunch and make it sound like a love song.
It's incredible what he can do.
It's cool, bro. But you gonna start doing it. Watch.
The cool thing about being able to play piano is like there could be a time where you're like at some hotel or whatever,
right? Yeah.
And just walk over and just be like,
I know, yeah, I've done that before.
Jahan's, man,
that's the best. That's
Jahan's can play.
Frenchie.
That's cool, man.
Last one on the Creighton bio. It says your favorite movie is Sushi. I think they messed that up. I think they messed that up. I'm like, what? They messed that up.
We got a fact check. Rob
It says
Anderson.
favorite movie is Sushi. Favorite food, sushi?
Favorite food is definitely sushi.
What's your favorite movie then?
Favorite movie? Ooh, that's a good question.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump is a good one.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
My favorite movie, it's got to be this new Spider-Man movie that came out last year.
The multiverse one?
Not.
The
Miles. The first one.
Yeah.
I love that, bro.
That's a great movie. That is a great movie.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's a great movie.
It's so cool for the black culture.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and you heard the soundtrack?
Yes.
It's hard.
It's really good.
My
it's really
son,
good.
he's 4. Matter of fact, you seen him at the game? So I work him out to that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dope. I'm with you. Have you played the game?
I haven't.
Oh man, it's so realistic.
I got
I'm
you.
not a gamer, but my son, like, he want to play the game.
Right,
so I bought it. The graphics, the lyrics, all that. I feel
seen
you.
Stuff of it.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
The trailer for the game is like a movie.
No doubt. Yeah.
The first time I saw it, I was like, is this the movie?
No, but that's what make the game so dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The game is you'll beat a mission, and then it'll roll into the movie. You'll watch it and then play it.
That's
You'll
pretty
watch
cool.
it. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
All right, man. I know you got an accounting test you got to get to. We want to get you there on time. We appreciate you taking the time, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, bro.
Jason. I want to thank Jasen Green for coming on and hanging out with us. You look at his size.
I know.
And look, we don't talk enough about the strength and conditioning folks.
Jeremy.
We don't talk enough about. Look at Baylor.
Jeremy's nice.
Baylor was like a completely different dude.
He is.
Look at the way Jason has gotten even bigger, and he was already bigger. Right. I mean, you can just see it the way guys. And Kalkbrenner's the biggest example. I mean, that dude was a string bean and couldn't get up and down the court. And now, you know, he's playing 30-something minutes.
No, I agree. I'm happy for Jason, not just because he's an Omaha guy.
Yeah.
But more so of like, it's almost like he's been like that. He just never had a chance. Like he either he was hurt or he redshirted. You know. Now he got his time. I feel like What I think I'm excited about him is the consistency. He's always going to rebound. Yeah. He's always going to play hard. He's always going to defend. And he'll always have that opportunity to shoot an open three, which makes an extra weapon to keep him on the floor as we spread the floor.
Yeah, you know, Joel, when he would go to practice back when he was still covering Creighton, he would always reference how Jason played in practice all the time. And so when they came into the season, that dude was going to play.
You know what would be scary? If you can switch. You can probably switch 1 through 4 with him in.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
You can switch one, and he can guard the one.
Yeah.
And that's what his upside is like. Is limitless if he just actually like take a step back from watching his film and think about things that add to his game. Yeah. He's a talented kid. Where's he? What part of town do he live? I should have. West Omaha.
So West Omaha. So he was close to Miller North. Okay. With the open enrollment, bro, you never know.
You right.
You just never know nowadays where guys live and where they end up going to play. And it certainly worked out for him being there and having winning a couple championships.
I laugh because it's kind of like. You can see like his confidence. Yeah. Like people didn't really talk to him that much before or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like now he's getting the notoriety that like he almost always deserved, and he's kind of like taking it in, but not letting it get to him. Yep. He like it looked like he's staying composed because he just want to do his job.
Now, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but that cut was sweet. You see how tight that was?
Oh yeah.
That was sweet. That means somebody in the dorms, somebody he knows, cuts, right? And they did that for him.
Not the dorms, though.
Wherever he lives. There's nobody in the dorm. You guys don't have dorm people that cut their hair anymore? Used to. Oh.
Yeah.
He graduated last year.
He's done it at Creighton?
Because I'm about to say it's only 2 people for 4 years at a time that can cut a fade, bro.
Right.
On Creighton. And
so the guy that cut hair graduated, and there was nobody to replace him? Yeah, like just somebody. Oh, okay. So they go to a real place. When I was
my teammates used to go to my barber.
Yeah, when we were in college, so you would go to this one dorm. It was on the other side of campus. You go there, and same guy cut everybody's hair. Yeah, he cut everybody's hair. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I need a cut.
Look like you a little scraggy right here, a little scraggy. Coming up on the show next week, I do not know who it is, but I have a guess.
Yeah,
I don't want to jinx it, but it may be a big time Omaha legend.
Oh, man.
Put that out there. Might be a big I don't know. You know, it's all up to Phil,
I got a few
the executive producer,
that come to mind.
to get that done.
But
so you
I'm
never
not
know.
gonna guess. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
know.
guess.
So we want to thank Val, King Val Elvis, of
Appreciate
course,
you, man.
on the Wheels of Steel.
Yeah.
Max Pittman is the guy who puts together everything afterwards. So he's kind of like the technical director
For sure.
and editor. Meg shoots the pictures, takes care of all that.
What you call it?
Yep.
Meg the Maven?
May, that's right. She is the social media maven. And then, of course, the executive producer who makes this whole thing run. Phil McClain as well. We appreciate him.
I looked at Val.
Val's the man. Yeah. I want to again thank our presenting sponsor, Bud Light, for being a part of this. We appreciate them. As they say, whether you're at the Let It Fly Sports Bar, wherever you are in town, easy drinking and easy buckets throughout Nebraska. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. We thank Bud Light for being a part of our show. Josh, take us away.
I'm glad to be back, bro.
Yeah.
It's Josh Jones here with my man Michael Severe. You know how we do it. It's a Let It Fly show.